coming to you at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday morning with another car confession. I am going to sub a classroom full of third graders right now, and I am low-key terrified. I've only subbed high school before, and once I subbed an art class that was like mixed ages. But sometimes teachers don't leave lesson plans, and I've never hung out with a group of students for the entire day. So that's a little nerve-wracking. My experience coaching gymnastics was limited to groups of 6 or 14. If I ever dealt with 30 kids, it was with other adults present. So I'm a little bit nervous, but when I was walking Louie this morning, I was practicing how to be kind and the right amount of silly and adult. So we will see what's in my bag of tricks and how I survive. I'm really hoping to have a great time. The school's near my house, and third grade seems like a really fun age, but they can smell an amateur, so I hope they can't smell my fear. Whoo! I just got home from subbing the third grade. I was really nervous this morning. I was really nervous at various points of the day, but I had a great time. I left overall feeling really good about the situation. There were 4 or 5 girls that came up to me at the end and gave me a hug and told me that I was a great sub, and they wished I could sub for them all the time, or I could be their teacher, so on, so on. And you have to take nice remarks from kids with a grain of salt, because their teacher probably has to discipline them, and I didn't do much disciplining. So of course it's easy to say, oh, I wish you could be our teacher. But it feels really good. It feels good to have survived. It's tricky to be a sub because you're filling in for someone else. You're stepping into someone else's full-time job and into an atmosphere that orbits without you all the time. And so it's really hard to know how to gauge yourself and how well you're doing. It's hard to know what sort of discipline to bring, what sort of attitude. I tend to be probably too nice because I'm just a substitute, and I don't think kids need to be yelled at in school. I don't want to be a disciplinarian. I want to be respected. And I think maybe respect is a little harder to get from kids these days. It's just a different world, a different society. But overall, I enjoyed myself. I sat and chatted with some of the teachers' aides during my break. I felt self-conscious being in a class with teachers' aides. I appreciated having them there, but I thought that they were probably laughing and judging or thinking they could do a better job. They laughed when I told them that and said that I had done well, and the kids responded well, and that sometimes they get subs in there who are just a disaster, but that I had done well overall. That made me feel really good. The last 15 minutes of school, I picked out a book to read, The Old Woman Who Wasn't Scared of Anything. And the kids weren't really ready to be quiet or let me read to them, but I got really animated. When I talked about the old woman not being afraid of anything, I inserted even the third grade, or even subbing for blank's third grade class, and that really got them paying attention and laughing along. There was a pattern in the book with some sounds associated. By the end of class, all the kids were saying it along, which made it really fun. I think overall it was a really good experience, and I enjoy working with the younger kids. One of the staff asked me if I liked subbing while I was there, and my response was honest. I like making myself uncomfortable, and subbing is a great way to do that because it's unstable. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're walking into, whether there will be a lesson plan or not, how the teacher runs their class, what kind of students you have. But I think there's growth in each of those, and you learn more about yourself in every one of those situations. At least I do. I had a good day. It was good to get out of the house. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. I had time to eat breakfast, make coffee, take Louie for a walk. I think maybe I struggle sometimes with staying home too much because it doesn't force me to get up and get out of the house. So I think that there's a fine line between enjoying the luxury of working from home and needing to occasionally get out. This morning at school, they sang the national anthem and pledged to the flag, and there was a young African American boy who took a knee during the national anthem. And I thought, good for you, kid. I don't know what the conversations are like at home or what the family's beliefs are behind doing that, but he was the only one that did it. And I felt like he didn't do it to cause a stir. He didn't look around at everyone else when he did it. He just did it because it was something that they believe in at home. And I thought that was cool. It's cool to see the personalities of kids. It's cool to hear stories from their perspective. especially not wanting to have kids. I like getting to hang out with other people's children. I like getting to give them back, but I try to give a good report. I try to give them opportunities to smile and be strong, because that's what we need. Life is hard. I cannot imagine being a full-time teacher in this society, and I cannot imagine being a full-time parent. Whew. Right now I'm gonna put my feet up and watch The Real Housewives of Orange County, which is terrible this season and most seasons, but I'm so invested that I can't stop. It's the same drama over and over again, which actually makes me feel like it's just family. What kind of temp jobs have you worked? What kind of roles do you put yourself in that make you uncomfortable? Take every chance, drop every fear is a little mantra I found on Pinterest one night, and it's really been my 2017 mantra. I'll talk about it more in the future, but I think that it can be applied to subbing. Take the chance. I made some money today. I got out of the house. Sometimes these roles don't get filled, and it's too much work for the teacher's aides to have to sub. So I helped a little bit. I made a difference. If I made some kids smile or feel special today, that's really exciting. But the truth is that a difference was made in me also. I hope you had an awesome day today. If you're interested remotely in part-time work, be a substitute. Give yourself a try. Undoubtedly, it will give you more respect for the teachers in our public schools and the private ones as well. Now it's time to snuggle with Louie. Come here. Walk the other direction. Sometimes he does exactly what I say, just like the children.